welcome to our cozy English corner again.
Smiling. That sounded extra cozy today. I feel like I should already have a blanket and a cup of tea.
Smiles. Honestly, same. I don't know why, but today feels like one of those days when you just want to slow down a little.
Calmly. Yeah, the kind of day when your brain wants comfort more than speed.
Teasing. Oh wow, listen to you. Already philosophical in the first minute.
Chuckles. I try not to peak too early, but it happens.
Smiling warmly. Well, I'm really happy you're here. And to everyone listening, thank you for being with us again. If you enjoy natural English conversations like this, don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us keep creating for you. Smiles.
It really does, and we don't say that lightly.
Reflective. So today we're talking about something a lot of people ask us about. Not grammar, not vocabulary lists.
Knowingly. And not irregular verbs, thank goodness.
No, today is about what happens inside your head.
Gentle humor. A dangerous place sometimes.
Especially mine. But seriously, how to train your brain to speak in English, not just understand it, not translate it, but actually think in it.
Thoughtful. Yeah, that moment when English stops being a school subject and starts being a place you live in mentally.
I love that.
Reflective. You know, most learners don't struggle because they're lazy or untalented. They struggle because their brain is doing exactly what it was trained to do.
Curious. Translate everything?
Smiling. Exactly. Your brain hears English, runs back to your native language, checks meaning, panics a little, then runs back to English. And by that time,
Laughs softly. The conversation is already gone.
chuckles. Yep.
I remember that feeling so clearly. Someone asks you a simple question, and inside your head, it's like chaos.
Calmly. And the worst part is you actually know the answer.
Emotional. Yes, you know the words, you know the grammar, but your mouth just freezes.
Gently. That's because speaking isn't knowledge, it's a habit.
Reflective. That's such an important idea. Speaking is a habit.
Yeah, and habits are built through repetition, emotion, and safety, not through pressure.
Smiles. Say that again for the people in the back.
Chuckles. Repetition, emotion, and safety.
Thoughtful. I think a lot of learners believe they need to push harder, study more, force themselves to speak perfectly.
Kind irony, because usually it does the opposite.
Teasing. Because the brain goes, oh, this again? Stress? Cool, let's shut down.
Smiling. Exactly. The brain is very dramatic.
Softly. So let's start simple. What does it really mean to think in English?
Reflective. It doesn't mean you never think in your native language again. That's a myth.
Relieved. Thank you for saying that.
Calmly. It means reducing the distance between thought and speech. Fewer steps, less translation, more direct reaction.
Curious. Like when you hear, how are you? And you don't think, how am I? Okay, I am fine. Now say it in English. Laughs softly. You just say, I'm good, thanks.
Smiling. Exactly. Or even better, something real.
That's interesting because thinking in English isn't about being correct. It's about being fast and honest.
Yes, speed comes from familiarity, not intelligence.
So how do we build that familiarity?
First, you have to change how you listen. Most people listen to English like it's a test.
Red pen ready.
Exactly. They listen for mistakes, unknown words, grammar structures. But real listening is different.
How?
Real listening is emotional. You listen for meaning, mood, intention. You don't stop the audio every 5 seconds. You let it wash over you.
Like music.
Exactly like music. You don't pause a song because you didn't understand one lyric.
That's such a good comparison, and it's hard for learners because they're used to controlling everything.
Control feels safe, but language lives in chaos.
That should be on a poster.
I'll print it later.
Serious but warm. So, one practical thing people can do is stop translating while listening.
Yes, even if you understand only 60%, it's enough. Your brain fills the gaps naturally.
And that trains intuition.
Exactly. Intuition is the foundation of fluency, not rules.
That actually connects to something learners often say. They say, I understand English, but I can't speak.
Which usually means they understand passively, not actively.
What's the difference?
Passive understanding is recognition. Active understanding is readiness.
Oh, that's good.
I've had time to think about it.
So, how do we move from passive to active?
By talking to yourself.
I knew you'd say that.
And before anyone panics, no, you don't have to do it in public.
Or maybe just very quietly.
Whispered English thoughts.
But actually, this is huge.
It is, because when you talk to yourself, there's no pressure, no judgment.
And your brain starts to associate English with safety.
Exactly. You narrate your actions, you describe your day, you ask yourself simple questions.
Like, what am I doing right now?
Or what do I want to eat later? Simple, boring, real thoughts.
That's important. Boring is good.
Very underrated.
Because real life is mostly boring.
And that's where fluency lives.
I also noticed that people wait too long to speak.
Yes, they think I'll speak when I'm ready.
But ready never comes.
Exactly. Fluency comes from use, not preparation.
There's this expression I love, learn the hard way.
Ah, yes, experience as a teacher.
You can read about swimming forever. At some point, you have to get into the water.
Preferably not during a storm.
Fair point, but still, gentle exposure matters.
And consistency. A little every day beats a lot once a week.
That's another expression learners should remember, little by little.
Exactly. The brain loves patterns.
And I think emotions play a huge role too.
They do. If English is always connected to stress, your brain resists it.
But if it's connected to curiosity, comfort, maybe even fun,
Then your brain opens the door
that's why podcasts like this matter.
because they create a low-pressure environment.
And you can just listen. No tests, no grades.
No angry red pen.
Another thing I want to mention is silence.
Silence?
Yes, people are afraid of pauses when speaking English.
Oh, that's a big one.
Silence doesn't mean failure.
It means thinking, and native speakers pause all the time,
All the time.
sometimes for dramatic effect.
So if you forget a word, it's okay to pause.
Or rephrase. That's a powerful skill.
Rephrasing is thinking in English, actually.
Yes, because you stop searching for the perfect word and start using the words you already own.
That's such a good mindset shift.
And it leads to confidence.
Which brings us to fear.
Ah, yes, the old friend.
Fear of mistakes.
The biggest blocker of all.
I always want to tell learners, mistakes are proof you're trying.
And proof your brain is learning.
There's another expression that fits here. Get out of your comfort zone.
Carefully, but yes.
You don't need to jump off a cliff, just take one step outside.
Order coffee in English. Talk for 1 minute. Think one thought in English.
One step at a time.
Always.
I think this is a good place to pause for today.
Yeah, let everything settle a bit.
In the next part, We'll go deeper into listening habits, inner voice, and how to make English feel natural, not forced.
And maybe expose a few more myths along the way.
Before we go, remember, you don't need to be perfect to start.
You just need to start.
We'll continue very soon. So, where we left off, we were talking about making English feel natural instead of forced.
Yeah, and that's really the heart of it, because the brain doesn't like force. It cooperates or it resists.
I want to talk more about listening because people often underestimate it.
Or they overcomplicate it.
True, listening doesn't mean sitting with a dictionary and suffering.
That's a very specific kind of suffering, by the way.
Yes, self-inflicted.
Exactly.
When you listen a lot, really listen, your brain starts building patterns automatically
And those patterns later come out as speech.
without you consciously deciding to use them.
That's the magic part.
I remember when certain phrases just started coming out of my mouth.
And you don't even remember learning them.
Exactly. That's when I realized, oh, this is working.
That's because the brain learns language the same way it learned your first one, through exposure, repetition, and emotional context.
Not through rules first.
Rules come later as explanation, not as foundation.
So one thing learners can do is choose content they actually enjoy,
This is important. If you hate the content, your brain checks out.
even if it's useful.
Especially if it's useful.
Yeah. If you love cooking, watch cooking videos. If you love stories, listen to stories.
The topic matters less than the emotion.
And don't worry if you don't understand everything.
That's actually normal. Even native speakers don't catch every word all the time.
That's true.
Context does most of the work.
And there's another expression I think fits here. Go with the flow.
A very healthy attitude for language learning.
When you stop fighting the language, it starts coming to you.
Exactly.
I also want to talk about the inner voice.
Ah, yes, the voice in your head.
Most people's inner voice is very loud and very critical.
Especially in a foreign language.
It says things like, that sounds stupid, or you're making mistakes, or people will laugh.
And none of that helps you speak.
Not at all.
One useful trick is to change the role of that voice.
How?
Instead of a judge, make it a narrator.
Oh, I like that.
Just describe what's happening, without emotion.
I'm looking for words.
Or, I don't know this word yet.
That already feels calmer.
Language grows better in calm conditions.
And speaking of calm, speed matters less than people think.
Yes, slow English is still English.
That should also be on a poster.
We're building a whole collection today.
When learners try to speak fast, they panic.
And panic blocks access to memory.
So it's okay to speak slowly, pause, even repeat yourself.
Native speakers do it all the time.
I noticed that confident speakers aren't fast, they're relaxed.
Exactly. Relaxation creates fluency.
That brings me to another expression. Take your time.
A very underrated phrase in learning.
Another big topic is thinking in chunks, not words.
Yes, this is crucial.
Can you explain that a bit?
Sure, fluent speakers don't build sentences word by word. They use ready-made chunks.
Like, I don't think so, or it depends, or to be honest.
Exactly. Those are mental shortcuts.
And when learners try to translate every word, they lose those shortcuts.
Which makes speech slow and tiring.
So instead of learning single words, learn phrases.
And notice how they're used emotionally.
That's why listening again helps so much.
Repetition without effort.
There's also this fear of sounding not smart.
Yes, especially for adults.
You're smart in your native language, and suddenly in English you feel small.
That feeling is very common.
But intelligence doesn't disappear just because the language changes.
It's still there. It just needs time to catch up.
That's comforting.
We don't lose our brain at the border.
Thankfully. I think it's important to allow yourself to sound simple.
Simple is not stupid. Simple is clear.
There's another expression learners hear a lot. Fake it till you make it.
That one is interesting.
Do you agree with it?
Partly, I'd say act braver than you feel, but stay honest.
That makes sense.
Confidence grows from action, not waiting.
And sometimes you just have to say something, even if it's imperfect.
Especially if it's imperfect.
Because perfection keeps you silent.
Exactly.
Let's talk about routines for a moment.
Daily habits?
Yes, small things that train your brain.
Like starting your day with English.
Even 5 minutes.
5 minutes done every day is powerful.
You can think your morning thoughts in English.
Or describe what you see outside.
Again, boring is good.
Boring builds fluency.
There's also the habit of repeating out loud.
Shadowing, yes.
Hearing and repeating at the same time.
It trains your mouth and your brain together.
And it removes the gap between listening and speaking.
Exactly.
Another thing people don't talk about enough is rest.
Oh, that's important.
If you're tired, your brain can't absorb language well.
Language learning isn't just mental, it's physical too.
Sleep matters. Mood matters.
Very much so.
So if you're having a bad day, it's okay to do less.
Or just listen passively.
There's an expression for that too. Cut yourself some slack.
I like that one.
Me too.
Learning is a long game.
And progress is not linear.
Sometimes it feels like nothing is happening.
But something is always happening under the surface.
The brain is quietly working.
I think that's a good reminder to end this part on.
Yeah, trust the process.
In the final part, we'll talk about emotional connection, culture, and how thinking in English changes how you see the world.
And we'll wrap it all up gently.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. So, this last part feels a little special to me.
Yeah, it's where everything we talked about connects to real life.
Because learning to think in English isn't just about language.
It changes how you notice the world.
I felt that too. At some point, English stopped being foreign.
And started being familiar.
I remember walking down the street and suddenly thinking in English without trying.
Those moments are quiet but powerful.
And emotional.
Very, because it means your brain feels safe enough to switch.
I think safety is the key word here.
Yes, your brain won't think in English if it feels threatened.
Threatened by mistakes, by judgment, by pressure.
Or by unrealistic expectations.
Many learners expect themselves to sound like native speakers too soon.
Which is unfair.
You don't expect a child to speak perfectly after 1 year.
Exactly, and adults are learning on top of a fully formed language system.
So of course it takes time.
And patience.
There's something else that happens when you think in another language.
What's that?
You gain a little distance from your emotions.
Yes, that's very true.
English can feel like a softer filter sometimes.
Especially for difficult topics.
People often say things in English they struggle to say in their native language.
Because the emotional weight is different.
And that can be freeing.
It can also be very healing.
This is why I believe language learning is deeply human.
It's not mechanical, it's personal.
And cultural too.
Absolutely.
When you listen to real English, real conversations, you hear values.
You hear humor, politeness, directness, hesitation.
You hear how people disagree gently.
Or how they show interest.
That's something textbooks rarely teach well.
Textbooks try, but life is messier
Much messier.
and more interesting.
Thinking in English means absorbing those patterns naturally,
And responding without translating cultural logic.
like saying, that makes sense, instead of explaining everything.
Exactly. Small phrases, big meaning.
Those are the moments when learners feel, oh, I belong here.
Even if just for a second.
And that feeling builds confidence quietly.
Confidence that doesn't need to be loud.
I want to say something important now.
Go ahead.
If you're listening and you feel stuck, that doesn't mean you're failing.
It usually means you're in the middle.
The middle is uncomfortable.
But it's also where growth happens.
There's that expression again. Trust the process.
A classic, but a true one.
Thinking in English isn't a switch.
It's a gradual shift.
Some days it feels easy. Some days it disappears.
And that's normal.
Progress isn't straight.
It never is.
I think that's why kindness toward yourself matters so much.
Yes, be kind to yourself should be part of every learning plan.
That's a good expression to remember.
And to live by.
Before we finish, I want to remind everyone listening, you're already doing something right.
You're listening.
You're exposing your brain to real English.
And not counts.
So don't underestimate these quiet moments.
They add up.
What about you? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Especially about when English first started to feel natural for you.
Or what still feels difficult.
You're not alone in it.
Let's slowly bring this to a close.
Yeah, no rush.
Today, we talked about listening without pressure, talking to yourself, using chunks, and taking your time.
And about letting go of perfection.
About going little by little.
And sometimes having to get out of your comfort zone.
Not in a dramatic way.
Just enough to grow.
If you liked this episode, subscribe, leave a like, and share it. It really helps our little studio grow.
It truly does. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for being part of our little English journey.
Wherever you are, have a wonderful day.